I'm pro-life. I don't apologize for it. Now, you've refused to answer the question. Joe Biden has refused to answer the question. So I think the American people would really like to know, if Judge Amy Coney Barrett is confirmed to the Supreme Court of the United States, are you and Joe Biden, if somehow you win this election, going to pack the Supreme Court to get your way? Let me just say, I think we're going to win this election. Lost the trade war with China. Joe Biden never fought it. Joe Biden has been a cheerleader for communist China over the last several decades. And again, Senator Harris, you're entitled to your opinion. You're not entitled to your own facts. American people deserve to know.
Hit me!
Ladies and gentlemen, get into it. It's love time. Man, you know.
Get into it. Get on up.
Now a story we guarantee most of you have never heard before. Big money is being made from the sale of fetal body parts.
Even the most ardent pro-choice advocates, like Planned Parenthood President Gloria Feld, are disturbed by what we found.
It seems inappropriate, totally inappropriate. Where there is wrongdoing, it should be prosecuted and should be brought to justice.
Back in 2015, David Daleiden and the Center for Medical Progress released undercover footage that they found of Planned Parenthood executives discussing selling fetal body parts.
A lot of people want intact parts these days because they're looking for specific nodes. AB nodes, SA. I was like, wow, I didn't even know. Good for them. Yesterday was the first time she said people wanted lungs. And then, but like I said, always as many intact livers as possible. People just want
livers.
Some people want lower extremities too, which that's simple. I mean, that's easy. Every provider has had patients who want to donate their tissue, and they absolutely want to accommodate them. They just want to do it in a way that is not perceived as this clinic is selling tissue, this clinic is making money off of this.
Okay, so when you are or the affiliate is determining what that is monetary,
yes,
so that it doesn't raise any question of this is what it's about. This is the main. What price range would you?
You know, I'm going to throw a number out. I would say it's probably anywhere from $30 to $100, depending on the facility and what's involved.
The $30 to $100 price, that's per specimen that we're talking about, right? Yeah.
Yes. Got a rate-limiting step of the procedure is calvarium. Calvarium, the head is basically the biggest part. Most of the other stuff can come out intact.
Right.
It's very rare to have a patient that doesn't have enough dilation to evacuate all the other
to bring the body cavity out intact and all that.
So then you're just kind of cognizant of where you put your graspers. You try to intentionally go above and below the thorax so that, you know, we've been very good at getting hard, long liver, because we know that, so I'm not going to crush that part. I'm going to basically crush below, I'm going to crush above, and then I'm going to see if I can get it out intact.
So our viewers are familiar with your work, exposing Planned Parenthood, their aborted baby body parts chop shop. What happened to you specifically as the journalist who uncovered this in the wake of the release of those videos?
Definitely. So as your viewers could imagine, Planned Parenthood was not happy about the fact that their top-level leadership had been exposed, harvesting and selling and trafficking baby body parts for valuable consideration against the federal law. Two of their business partners in Southern California, the Da Vinci companies, were prosecuted by local law enforcement in Southern California and shut down for illegally selling baby body parts from Planned Parenthood. So Planned Parenthood was not happy, and they went to their powerful political patrons in the state of California, primarily Kamala Harris, now Senator and potential vice presidential candidate Kamala Harris, who was at the time the Attorney General of the state of California, and they demanded that for the first time in history, the California video recording law be used to prosecute news gathering, be used to prosecute an undercover journalist. I am the first and only case in the 60-year history of this law that someone has been criminally charged under the law for gathering and publishing undercover video in a news report. This is the first and only time local news journalists in California are still to this day recording and publishing undercover video stories. Not a single one of them has ever had their home raided by the Attorney General's office or been prosecuted under that law. I am the first and only case.
David Daleiden is the pro-life citizen journalist behind the Center for Medical Progress and its undercover Planned Parenthood videos. We sat down with him last week to get the latest on his legal battles, and it became clear very quickly that Daleiden had a number of legal run-ins with former California Attorney General and now a Democratic presidential candidate, Kamala Harris. Tell us more about your encounters with her and a raid on your apartment.
Yeah. So in April of 2016, at the behest of Planned Parenthood, Kamala Harris ordered a search warrant served on my home in Orange County. I think it was a total of 11 agents of the California Department of Justice sent by Kamala Harris came in, overturned my entire one-bedroom apartment. They seized all of the video recording equipment, all of my computer equipment, everything that was, all the electronic equipment that was used to do the undercover filming. Fortunately, there were backup hard drives, and attorneys had copies of stuff and other things. So they didn't take anything that I absolutely needed in order to continue to do my work. But they primarily were looking for the videos, and they were looking for the original videos. We have in the investigator notes from the Attorney General's office now. They recorded in their case notes Planned Parenthood specifically requesting of Kamala Harris's office that they would specifically go in and seize the videos from me. So they were trying to take all the raw footage away and trying to do a huge cover-up. They weren't successful at doing that, but that's just one of many things that Kamala Harris, as Attorney General of California, was willing to do to put the powers of her law enforcement office at the service of the interests of a powerful and favored political backer at Planned Parenthood. I just saw her recently on, I think it was MSNBC, talking about the confirmation hearings of William Barr, who's the new nominee for Attorney General. And Senator Harris was opining that really nominee Barr, if confirmed, probably she thinks should recuse himself from the Russia investigation because of some op-eds he's written about the Mueller probe or something like that. Well, when Kamala Harris had the Planned Parenthood case, which was the investigation of me, brought before her as Attorney General, while she was running for U.S. Senate, while Planned Parenthood in California was contributing to her political campaign and she was fundraising for them, fundraising off of her goodwill with Planned Parenthood for her senatorial campaign, did she recuse herself from the Planned Parenthood investigation?
The job of investigating Planned Parenthood fell to then Attorney General Kamala Harris, but she had a very different target in mind: the journalist who found the footage, David Daleiden. Harris sent police to his home and seized his film footage. We spoke to David earlier, and this is what he said about it. Is any of that mischaracterizing what happened? You bring to light clearly illegal and appalling and immoral behavior by Planned Parenthood, and then you become the target of a criminal investigation.
That's correct. When Kamala Harris was Attorney General of the state of California, she worked hand in glove with her political backers at Planned Parenthood. No less than 6 top-level executives at Planned Parenthood California met with her in person in Los Angeles in March of 2016. We have the documents from discovery in the case that her office ultimately launched against me and one of CMP's investigators. Top Planned Parenthood executives met with Kamala Harris in March of 2016, specifically requesting that she use the law enforcement powers of her office to seize dozens of hours of unreleased undercover footage that we had gathered at the Center for Medical Progress. They got a highly political search warrant to conduct a political raid on my home.
Remember a few months ago when the riots and looting began, and they were trying to instill some law and order. The president was trying to instill some law and order. And you had people like Clyburn and Nancy Pelosi using words like Gestapo. Well, this example that I just showed you right now is an example of Gestapo tactics. When you're trying to suppress free speech, when you're trying to tear it down, or when you're trying to cover up for someone. Because Kamala Harris has a history of these things. And it's an absolute shame that if this person ever got into some real power, what would happen to us little folk? Because right now, the mainstream media covers up for her and Joe all the time. It's an obvious thing. We see it. They duck. They ask them softball questions. But in reality, what they should be asking is about her past. See, they don't better. You know, this is the kind of person that mainstream media is bought and paid for by the left. Everybody knows it. It's not a secret anymore. These people are obvious idiots. You know, you can see it with the Lamons and the Cuomos and the Mattos and all them other clowns that you see on television, these talking heads, which is exactly what they are, talking heads, puppets, Muppets is what they are. Well, anyway, at the debate between Kamala Harris and Mike Pence, Ms. Harris stated with both Joe and I are people of faith. Well, I don't know what faith or what God they have faith in, because it's certainly not the same God I follow, because the God I follow is a God of life. The God I follow is a God of love. We protect life. One of the first mitzvot or commandments is to be fruitful and multiply. But these folks here, they want to end human life. They want to end innocent life. You have governors in different states that sign full-term abortion bills, and with people applauding and clapping. It's insidious. I don't see how this is a right to end a life. Does the baby have a choice here? You know, who actually has the choice? Because it says, you know, my body, my choice, but it's not your body. That's another life right there. That's their body. Anybody ask them? Anybody protecting them? At the Amy Coney Barrett hearings, you heard at the very beginning about the ACA and protecting the ACA. And they plucked at heartstrings and fear-mongering that people are going to lose this and people are going to lose that. But let me tell you what the ACA is, beside it being trash. You can get an abortion using the ACA, Obamacare. Taxpayer-funded abortion. That's really the name of the game. But no one covers it that way. They want us to pay for someone else's choice to end a life. But let me tell you, and they want to say that it's a right. But do we get paid for every word that we speak? No. Does the government buy our ammo because the Second Amendment is a right? No. So why is that the only right that is taxpayer subsidized? Planned Parenthood gets over $15 million a year or whatever it is. And then they also take money and they donate that money from Planned Parenthood back to the DNC. It's like money laundering. It's exactly what it is. So they say that they are people of faith. I'll never believe that. Because how could you say that you are a person of faith when you stand behind these things? Don't tell me you go to synagogue on Saturday or church on Sunday when you are ready to kill babies on Monday. I am the Master Jamma, KSG. This is SOCKS. That's the way it is. Please hit the like and subscribe button. I know it's been a while, been very busy, but I want to give a shout out to my friends Tom and Carol, Arnie Biza, Deplorable TD, my man up there in New York City. Keep me in prayer as I will keep you in prayer. And remember, don't forget to hit the subscribe button for me. All right. Speak to you soon. Baruch Hashem and amen.